Welcome back everyone, let's play Decisive Campaigns Barbarossa, episode number 29. Let's get into the history from last time to refresh ourselves. It was not that big of a, not very important of an end turn. Okay, so a lot of it is going to be withdrawing, especially in Army Group North. A little bit of shuffling here and there as well. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. Yeah, so in the north, let's just kind of remark on a few things that we'll see. There's some movement on these, and the ones that don't move, we're going to see didn't have the action points to move because they were already cut off of supply. And we're going to see a lot of people pulling back towards Leningrad, which is not too surprising. So they're kind of getting out of there before I can cut them off. Although I'm not even sure it matters. There's going to be so many people in Leningrad. I hope that the stacking penalty kills them. Quite literally. Well, during an attack. Anyway, this is the big attack. 200 losses of Finnish infantry. It's very small. For over 6,000 losses of the Soviets. And they weren't able to, we stood firm, so the 2 infantry units are still going to be cut off. I don't know whether I'll eliminate them this turn or not, but they are now doomed. This actually looked really dangerous, but that guy does pull back. They could have cut off my... Actually, I'm getting reinforced now through Smolensk, so I don't even need that road. I guess they can have it. Take me to the action. There we go. Okay, so this is the push in the northern part of Army Group Center. 9th Army is going to have their hands full just reacting to this. More drawing back towards Leningrad. There's some shifting here, which looks like it's a shift north out of Crimea. I would not mind that. The less forces we find down there, if we end up going down there, the better. And that's really it. So pretty tame end turn, I would say. The stats, this is nice. So now we have this big crash of the Soviet forces. They're now at 1620 from 1710 or so, and that is some reinforcements because this is their 3rd largest, I think, drop overall of all time. The biggest one was this 320 or so, 330, 320. This one was 215. We also had a 2 something here. I think those are the 3 biggest. Yeah, so it might be the 3rd biggest jump in losses. I mean, single turn losses. Who knows? I don't know. You can do the math. You can check it out. I didn't look into it in detail enough. I did look at it before we started recording, though. And that's probably all we want to cover here. It's nice to see the casualties finally dropping back below the German forces. We know that that will change again. But we haven't even finished off this pocket, which still has, I don't know, around 40 forces in it. So once those go down, we should see another, there should be another turn, 2 consecutive turns of really high losses. Alright, we're starting in the north with Finland. We're going to be doing an attack on this unit. I actually want to make sure that it's all of the Karelian Army HQ who are available. And these guys also have that nice offensive or blitzkrieg posture, so they get the bonus to attack. The 2 units we're attacking, they're at full readiness and full entrenchment, but they are weakened in strength, so we're hoping that this just goes well for us. It did. I mean, it could have gone better, but that's still okay. And I think that the number of troops they're losing at the end it's worth it. 600 for 11,000. Those are good odds. Now the question is what to be doing about this. In general, what are we going to be doing with the forces? Well, now that we have the freedom to move, Karelian HQ is going to divert a significant number of troops over to push all the way around. That's the idea, that's the plan, but let me actually see how things go, because that plan could very well be modified by success or failure in the field from this group. So we're going to be doing an attack with these 4 on this weakened unit. The hope is just to push this guy back. We'll break him, that's even better. So we'll do this, but I want to do a follow-up attack if at all possible. It's not a follow-up attack, but this unit was showing as really weak, and I think we can push them out of this entrenchment before they build up a lot of forces there. And because it's possible, I would like to do it. Looks like it's not possible for anybody else to assist. Okay, so we're going to get 2. It's going to be basically, we're hoping that the numbers, it's 10 to 1 in terms of strength. That's really what we're hoping for here, is that these guys are just too weak to mount a serious defense. And wow, okay, that worked out really well. If it hadn't gone that well, I still felt assured that it was a good decision, a good gamble, we can say. Maybe it wasn't, I mean, I had no way of knowing it would go that well. I didn't expect it would go that well either. But if they didn't win, we'd still have good defensive positioning here, and then we just wouldn't commit to try and take this fort. But that's really what we're trying to do here, is gobble up this territory, even if we concede it later. I don't care, I just want to hold it for one turn, and we have a very good likelihood of doing that, considering we kind of do get the fortification bonus for the initial entrenchment. Anyway, who else is going to be doing what? So this now does become a more interesting problem. We only have one force here, we'll probably get the other... So what's your name? Southeast Army HQ. You can move a little bit closer to your folks. And then we'll also get this unit to move here. And honestly, all the Karelian Army HQ can eventually pull out of this place. We just need to probably just park one unit in this marsh. Maybe even only one in this forest, and then put 3 in here, or maybe, I don't know, 1, 2, 2, who knows. But that's why I want Karelian to divert, because we can do a lot more interesting and more fun stuff. Obviously, when it comes to Leningrad, I don't expect the Finnish forces are going to take that directly. Maybe I'm just not confident enough in them, and they have the ability to do so. If they do, I just can't envision it. So, you know, blame me for not having the vision. They definitely could take it right now if, you know, this massive stack of 15, right? Yeah, if this stack of 15 divisions, you know, when we've done a really good job of wearing almost all of them. No, I think all of them have been worn down slightly. That's great. I mean, I'd love to see that. Even I'm seeing a lot of these guys with very low readiness. We don't have the means of doing another follow-up attack this turn, but that's in the cards, right? I mean, it's possible we can do something. Question is, how many people do I want to assist? So right now, the next attack, if these guys stay here, and assuming they don't get better in terms of readiness, because that is a lot of, 362 is a lot of attack stack limit, so we probably would attack these guys. We won't do it with the ones with the blitzkrieg posture. We won't have enough forces, because I am probably going to pull these guys out. Maybe I'll put this guy in here, because then he can move up there easier. I need probably one other person, maybe you? Okay, you can move back, so we'll also probably have you go back, but you will go forward. Now that's 3 units in this hex. I probably would like one more. That's not what's going to happen though. So those 3, in which case I was thinking about moving this guy over here, because then we would have more opportunity to attack next turn from 3 sides with the offensive, the blitzkrieg folk. The blitzkrieg folk are probably right at the verge of being switched over to offensive posture, so we don't have to worry about fatigue. Last thing to do is how to deal with this situation, and it is a problem because, the best we can do is probably just do this attack on 2 sides from here. This could go poorly. It did. That went as poorly as I think it could have gone. Jeez, man. Holy cow. We can do a follow-up attack, and I probably will, because I feel like we're owed something by luck. No? Maybe not. We won again, so, I don't know. It wasn't a terrible idea from some perspective. I don't know. So what was the point of that? I was hoping to get the follow-up attack bonus stuff going on. We do have a couple of bridges here which I would like to capture, so there is some merit in pushing him as quickly as possible. I need to get other folks in here. In fact, I might even move this guy down. We're willing to sacrifice the northern part. I don't care about any of this if I can get to this bridge and cross, but no, other Karelian forces are going to be coming up and making helping out in this area anyway. So if he decides to very brazenly go off to the northwest, we can handle that anyway. But everyone else has to be focusing on we want to capture the river, the bridgeheads, the bridges, not the bridgeheads, the bridge themselves. For the rest of Army Group North, I think we're just going to be trying to clean up some of the pockets. We'll start off with Pskov here. I think it can just be attacked by everyone, and hopefully this just goes well. One loss is pretty good. I mean, what was that? We're already looking at another 30,000. So this turn has started, very well. Alright, so get you in here, get you in there, you can do an attack, you can do an attack. So that is probably our next target. I do see us attacking this location. It's kind of interesting. I want to do this attack, with a lot of force, but I also want to weigh the possibility of this guy moving further north. So let me see if anybody else can help. Well, the answer is no, not directly, but I can get this unit to shift north. And now we can do the attack, and we will not involve our HQs. That puts us still a little below the attack stack limit. 150% bonus, and I didn't show off, but all of these guys are completely out of supply. So you can see 8 readiness, 0 and 1 readiness, 0 and 40 readiness, 0 and 25 readiness. So I don't think that these guys are going to have much resistance in them. And that played out as I would expect it would. A lot of casualties as well, which is good because we are pushing them back. Maybe even more importantly, their readiness is dropped even lower. So now they'll still be out of supply, and now they will have almost no readiness. So those are all the units that couldn't move because they had too low readiness to begin with. The few that still had, enough to... Do they have supply? Yeah, so this one has 20, which is why he's at 56. He had enough to move. But cut off for another turn, I expect that'll drop down. This one's at 51. Had 68 readiness, so he was able to move no problem. But hopefully that, this is all going away, basically. Okay, so that's that. We probably also want to eliminate this unit, this stack of units. This is a little more debatable. I don't want to do a follow-up attack here, though. I think I'll wait one more turn. They're now out of the forest, which is nice. So yeah, units that can't do anything else should just move forward and occupy that. I do want to shift the 16th Army units to surround this unit to free up 4th Panzer Group to move further north. There's a couple ideas I have for what to do over here. Yeah, and what are those? Well, probably it's going to be to attack this cav and then attack it again, and there's no way I see us getting through this garrison in a turn, which has like immense entrenchment and is 16,000. I mean, I don't think there's any way we're just gonna ninja into Leningrad. So it was something I was trying to see if it was possible, like, because I was considering it, but I don't see it as a distinct possibility. I really don't. What I do see is maybe knocking these guys back a little bit. I do see pushing against this cav. We can probably cut this unit off. There's a couple of ideas here. So first of all, we have 2 units in here. I think one of them... Yeah, so you are going to jump across and just make sure that they don't take that fortification. I think these units are not and don't have attacking on the mind. They're just in pull out, don't get cut off. But, just in case they want to, like, defend into a fortification, I would prefer not to see that. So let's just occupy that one and eliminate it. Yeah, gosh, I think the next thing is let's do this attack first. I want this infantry to help, so we already know, I've already mentioned that, yeah, I mean, this is the perfect time to start shifting these forces. I want somebody else to potentially help out. Like, the poor 206th must feel like they're really on an island, stranded out there, trying to hold off against, a wave of oncoming Soviet forces. Not too surprising, that's just how it is. So you have good capability to help. Why don't we get you to shift in, tuck in here. One unit is, since they have like no readiness left, I'm not really worried about an attack. I'm just trying to feel out where everyone should go. Oh, wow, you have no other options but to move in there. I guess that's still the best to prep for next turn. Like, your best action is probably going to be moving there. Can anybody help? Can anybody here move north? That is the big one, and the answer is no. Okay, the answer is yes. You guys can both move. Okay, so that's good. Then nobody will move down here. We'll probably move... Yeah, so... You can move 85, 85, 80. This is 75 and you have 80. I guess that's still the better option, and then you move here. So now we have the full surround still. We can do that attack next turn. We have some units that pushed up a little bit more. That way the Panzer Group divisions can move forward more. What I like is... Okay, so what I should do first is this attack. I dislike that we have a Panzer division that's going to be in this attack. I also dislike that we aren't going to have infantry outside of Novgorod. We have motorized. I mean, motorized is fine, and this unit, I mean, it's at 100 readiness. It's not going to drop any lower. Well, anyway, I'll do this attack. I mean, we could get the full surround, but if I move this unit down here, then they're not going to be able to do this attack. Does that matter? I don't know. I mean, I guess not really, but I think we can eliminate this with just the 5-sided surround. Oh my god, dude. They always take the most tank losses. I would say that that was a little bit more than I was expecting to tank. It's still to tank. 16,000 losses for all that? I don't know if that's... Well, I mean, it is worth it, of course, but I feel like we could have got... Well, anyway, I mean, it's 16,000. How can you really complain about that, right, Tortuga? This poor division just got mauled pretty badly, though. They don't have the ability to assist with the cav, but their ability to move here is actually still consequential. I need somebody who can move against this cav just so that we have somebody... Okay, you. I need you to do that then. And the reason why is I need a unit who can stay here because I need a unit who can move here and one who can still push and cut these guys off. So we're going to move you north. I'm kind of making some assumptions here now that only you can actually do the attack. Not true. You can do the attack from here, even from here. In fact, you can do that attack too. So let's put you into there. That's where you're going to do your attack. I don't know if it's going to be from Luga or north of Luga, but you're probably going to end up doing this. So we already have 2 units who can attack this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 if you include that one. We will include them in the attack. Or will we? Another thing we got to consider here is that technically we're out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just move right here. It seems good to me. It'll be defended by infantry as well, so it's like kind of a safe position. We're shifting the Panzer Group further north. Yeah, the question is then, I mean, if I get this hex, I already have everyone cut off. So let's just work with that. And this guy is just going to move north. This should be enough anyway. No losses. Dang it! Oh, man. Alright. Well, it didn't take no losses, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, this is tough. This is tough. I need to make sure that you can move north. Okay, good. Wait, who's going to defend Luga then? This guy could do the attack from the north instead. That's probably better. He'll get out of the attack quicker too. And then we'll have 2 tanks defending here, but we'll have infantry defending in the city, which makes more sense to me. So I'm going to do this attack. I mean, we could just essentially do all. And then have him attack. Let's see if we take some more losses here. We did. Didn't really need to do this one. I don't know why I did it. You know, in hindsight, I just simply shouldn't have done it. Does this guy want to move in? I think I do. I mean, we are holding the line without that. So you probably want to stay, you probably want to stay. Where do you want to go? I mean, would it be better to start lining our ducks up for the ultimate attack on Novgorod? This unit can move over here. Not that, I mean, the tanks aren't going to be very good in the urban environment anyway, so I'll move that one in, and then, yeah, hell, you can just move in. Fuel's not a problem. I was going to say fuel's actually getting a little bit lower, 22k, but let's trust that fuel's not going to be a problem. Okay, now we can do this attack, but we're not going to... Sorry. You are going to move here. I'm just going to commit to this so that we get the cutoff. And you can move here, and... Well, I mean, everybody can move in. There's no reason not to. We can do the attack this turn on this unit. That might be good to do as well, because... Or we could attack an HQ, which doesn't seem very interesting. This guy is going to build up more entrenchment, and I guess more readiness. So let's just do the attack on him. Get him out of the way. Ah, okay. Or we can't, we won't get it, but that's still fine. We wore down his readiness a little bit more. Didn't take any casualties for doing it. That looks all good. You're going to move a little bit closer. Just basically going to keep this guy the very fringes and move as close to everyone else as you can. Looks good. Now, are we done here? I think we're done here, except for this. Yeah, we can still do an attack. So technically we could do an attack in either direction. I mean, technically even this direction, although that doesn't make sense. Follow-up attack more important, or HQs? That's kind of a tough call. My gut tells me typically to do the follow-up attacks, but having the HQs right here, they're actually at low readiness too. The only advantage of getting the HQs, first of all, we could, with a miracle, actually eliminate an HQ, which would be a big deal. But much more likely, we'll just inflict some casualties, and we'll lower their readiness so they can't retreat as much next turn. But I don't see any way we're going to surround them at this point, so I'm just going to go for the combat unit attack. Yeah, so I mean, it went well. They lost a lot of readiness since they panicked. I mean, their readiness was already in the tank. Completely gone, basically. We can't actually move forward. I mean, it's funny. Oh, well, hell. We can actually do an attack here as well. Let's just do that. As I expected, we did not actually get a kill. We murdered their readiness, though. Boy, it's practically a kill. All this territory is now ours, which is nice, too, I guess. I mean... We'll see. I mean, basically, we're creating a nice buffer that I don't think that these other units are going to be able to get out of. So we've done that. Well, in the process of planning out Army Group Center, I think I came up with something exciting for both Center and South. But let's get to the business at hand, which is first defending against this shenanigans. I think both of those guys can attack if I so desire. And I think we're actually going to manage to get everyone on the front. Good. So we are actually able to hold up all this. We can even attack this unit, which has good readiness but low entrenchment. We have still a little bit of attacking power left. We could attack. I think it's worth it. The reason I want to do this is just to push the line back so that they don't continue to push forward. I may not even advance into it. Okay, that went well. That went very well. I mean, this unit has been reduced in combat effectiveness significantly. Meaning that, I mean, they're not going to get replacements, so pretty much that seals the fate on that. I'm going to stay here, though, because if this unit advances forward, in our current position, we will guard against zone of control. But if we move forward, and they move here, they'll start nabbing some of the territory behind. That's just going to be harder to deal with later. So we'll keep it here, and we're hoping that this push will be controlled. In fact, I have big plans. I really do have big plans for this turn. Okay, so let's also fill in the gap one other place. You will move here. And we probably need to reinforce somewhere over here. I mean, I don't know where in the end the break is going to come. You're still here. You might actually be needed to hold the line. Now, let's see if I've done this, and I have. Moved a little bit beyond, so I think I can just move up. And that covers everyone. Good. There's one possibility here. This unit may end up over here because I do have a little bit of a nefarious plan. We're gonna make our move on Moscow. That's the first interesting plan that I've only hatched during the planning phase for Army Group Center. There is another interesting thing which will unfold, but this is just something I've finally pieced together, that we have like reasonable reconnaissance, and this is a forest, so we don't know for sure, but we will in a moment. And I think we can spare some of 3rd Panzer Group's units to just go up here and, hey, they're on the offensive. They have a massive... this is not infantry? Huh. Yeah, I mean, we have a massive attacking bonus, so we're gonna throw our Panzer division into the grinder again. Take 3, holy cow, 3 Panzer III losses. But we did at least inflict some reasonable casualties, cut their force down by about 1/3, maybe more than that. And we're gonna follow up attack as well. So, plan is, we hope that our infantry and such can come in and actually hold the line here. So it looks like we can hold it with this unit already. But this unit might be needed to defend the line where other people are going to start pushing forward. Anyway, so we're expecting that this fully happens. Now the interesting thing is, I'm sure you're seeing it, we know that this is not available. We know that we can't just march into Moscow. It's fun to think about. But the path in, as far as I can tell, is this. This would normally cost 10, it'll cost 5 extra because it's, you know, enemy held territory. So I'm pretty sure that their move is going up like this and like that because of zone of control and not, I mean, you're going to go up here because obviously you need to move around. Then the question is, are you moving here and here, or are you moving 1, 2, and 3? And I actually think that this is 75 and this is 70, so it kind of shows already that you'd be moving around. Is it worth it, though, for us to go crazy? And are we confident that there are no units here already? I'm just going to do it. Oh my gosh, we still don't see what's in Moscow. Could it be? It just can't be undefended. I can't live in a world where I even for a second think that that's true. So I refuse to believe it. I'm almost tempted even to back up and make sure we hold the fortification here. Although the fact that there are no units that have... I mean, we got all these hexes. So we did move 1, 2, 3, and then here. This was held by this unit, and this is obviously held by Moscow. Yeah, I mean, it's clear. This is held by that unit, actually, so... But because this hex didn't switch, we know for sure. Okay, that's good. I mean, this is still... I need to take just a second here. Stop. We're at Moscow's doorstep. We're bordering them. We're on the outskirts. Pretty phenomenal. I love just dwelling in that moment for a second. I did say we should do a follow-up attack here, and I still think that's true. We don't have all the potent attack capability that we were originally going to have, and unfortunately this is a forest. So what we really would prefer to see is something like you. Can you get there? No. Unfortunately. Kind of expected. Can you? Yeah, well... We can do this attack from 2 sides as well. So this would be 30, you'd be down to 80. You're starting at 140, and it's going to take 55 for you to get there. So it's about the same. I think we'll do this, and we'll rotate this unit up here. We might as well be like very strict about trying to break this, because we want to take the fortification hex as well. Alright, it looks good, 10% bonus. This is a unit that's already down to 22 readiness. Just don't lose too many tanks, please. Alright, they listened. I mean, we had inflicted pretty serious casualties. It looks like we actually destroyed all of their remaining AT as well, which is good to see. So significant casualties inflicted. I do want to be moving these units in a particular way. Do we want to get to... I don't really care about this plains outside because we can... So we need to start lining up what our defensive line is going to look like after this. Oh, you're part of the wrong one. I should have been asking if you could go, and you could have. Dang it. Why couldn't you have? You have only 120 and you have 140, so this unit could have assisted, which is, you know, unfortunate to find out after the fact. I think that it makes sense for the motorized to enter the forest. I mean, this unit's, it's possible for us to attack them, but no real reason to do so. This is the unit that we fought off, and, I mean, they're going to take that. But, hey, we're ensnaring 3 of the fortifications. At this point, I think we actually are going to back off and just make sure we hold what we already have. I don't know what's up in Kalin. So, I mean, we need to make sure we wrap around as well. So let's just get you, I guess. No, let's get the lighter one and go up here. And now we need to stuff the holes. So you are also good to go in the forest. Possibly I want you to just jump right in there too. Okay. Yeah, fuel-wise, I don't think we have to worry too much. Probably step it up here, then there, and there, and there. Okay, well, the only real threat is if this unit doesn't hold for some reason. It's not like entirely impossible that that could happen. I guess we can reinforce it though, thank goodness. So there we go. Now I feel pretty confident that they're not going to be able to close the gap on us. Next order of business, make sure our HQ is close enough that we are actually in range of that guy, and now we are. Very good. So, yeah, I mean, this is what it looks like then. I think that that's probably where we end things. You can also go up and, yeah, you can't do much more, so you can't do anything else anyway. So we'll leave it just like this. Trucks can go up the road, so not too big of a deal. This truck going down there. Alright, let's get to the next business. So this is pretty exciting stuff. We're going to start closing off some of this pocket stuff. Who is it that wants to go south? Probably the lighter one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have anybody else who can contribute, I think. I mean, not who's in this group, so let's just go ahead and do the attack. It should be a cakewalk, because 4 of the 15 are HQs. Attack stack of 256. I mean, 80% bonus. Why is that? Oh, we're only attacking on 4 sides. Well, okay. Fair enough. Should still hopefully go very well. And okay, we lost 2, but they lost a lot. They lost about 10,000, it looks like. Readiness is cut down to 4. They're not getting that back. Alright, so move in and prepare for the next attack. I mean, we just got to keep going at this point. We have 4-sided surrounds on this unit. We don't need to attack with everybody who's gone in already. You'll probably just stay there because you can't attack anyway. We do need 1 unit to go and attack from the south though, so let's get this unit to do that. And now we can do attack, 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 and then basically, well, everybody here, I guess. Everybody? Almost everybody. Everybody? Everybody. Alright, another 2 losses on our part, but I am seeing that, you know, probably because there's no place for them to retreat, they are losing some. Oh yeah, look at that. We're up to about 66 plus this. I mean, this is around 33,000 or so. Huge losses. So what we were expecting though, this is supposed to be the 2 consecutive turns of very, very big losses for them. Moving in, we can do another follow-up attack. Do we want to? Well, we could push these guys out, and the good news is, like, no matter what we do, whoever's attacking whom, there's going to be big losses, because if they retreat, they just can't all retreat into these 2 hexes. We saw, thanks to the comment, one of the users, I forgot the name, sorry about that, but posted that they actually looked at the battle and saw at the very end that the 2 bottommost units were forced to just be completely lost in the face of not having any place to retreat. That's really good information. Now, I think that what we're going to do is maybe let Second Army do the attack again. In fact, I don't know if it has to be all Second Army. Okay, Second Army has like no capability of doing the follow-up attack. I would rather stop them this turn, eliminate them this turn. Who has the capability of helping? You can only help on the bottom. So what can happen is 4th Army's units can assist in the attack on the units in the south. I just don't really want to leave these guys. Let's see. Okay, so this is a bunch of HQs, which means that it is like immediately less effective. But let's see, who are the... Okay, you have some amount of strength. You're 48 and 24 readiness. Okay, that's one to consider as a possibility of like being able to resist us. Here's another one, down at 21, but again, that's only 21. I'm just debating whether or not we should wait one more turn. 21 again. 22. There's significant threat in here. They are all at 0 supply, so you know that they should fold pretty quickly. But we don't really have a whole lot of people who can contribute in that attack. In fact, this is an attack which would almost entirely be done by Guderian's 2nd Panzer Group. Well, it's a 30% bonus. Maybe I just take those odds, though. Is there anybody else who can get in and contribute, though? Yeah, no, not really, because we kind of pushed everyone where they have to go. Yeah, and this is marsh and marsh, so that helps in the fact that they can't really entrench as much. But so the question is then, do we want to do one more attack and pile, basically an attack on this as soon as they break? I think we want to do that, and we're going to want to do that with 4th Army. So let's just try to get this over with as quickly as possible. In fact, I know that there's going to be some lack of ability to retreat if I do it this way, but I am still going to do this to get our 4 sides of surround. And then you should also attack, and actually the 68 should have moved north, not the 70, but that's fine. We'll do this. This is going to be an 80% bonus with 4th Army, who does have the artillery. Should be a good one. And these guys are all gone. That's the entire group gone. So we suffered 400 losses, 2 units. That's it. And they suffered, oh my gosh. Is that the single largest casualty rating I've had on like a single battle? 85,000. 85,000 troops. Wow. That's a lot. So I'm kind of at a loss for words. That's very impactful. Okay, good. So yeah, very good. Alright, now this is the important thing, like where should units move after this? Because we have more planned. We obviously did a really nice push. I think that this was fantastic. Do we move back? I still don't know. I just don't want to get, like, if some unit comes in randomly and cuts me off, I'll be in bad shape. But they'd have to get into here, and I don't think that they can do that. Alright, we'll play it conservative, though. I will back up. Let's play it a little more conservative. So we'll see what happens. Okay, but that's the one thing. The other thing is, I think we can try to push out and do this surround of Orel. So that's the next step, which means that 4th Army units, we want them to head and protect the south as much as possible. Like, if this is as far south as you can get, you might as well just go there. You can go here, so you might as well go there. Hugo, he can go even further south. Let's have him do so. Because even if you, like, whatever you're doing, we need you to basically be headed into this area to help replace Guderian's forces who need to move forward. And I think that that's everything we can do. Now, you need to move south, unfortunately, because 4th Army also needs to move south. Which means that I do need this unit back, so you know what? We're going to have all these units cut off for a turn. It's only going to be a turn. Then 2nd Army hopefully will come up and save the day. Yeah, so did you attack? Did you do that attack? You didn't. So let's have you move this way and have you move here. So we are going to gear up for the attack next turn. You can't do anything that I want you to do. Okay, you can at least move here. I think that's useful. You can't. So there's 3 here and 2. So we just need to, equalize. Alright, so there's 2 here, there's 2 here, there's 1, there's 2 here. So that's going to be a 5-sided surround next turn, and then hopefully that's an easy elimination. Move this unit closer just to, get better proximity. I think everything's fine there. Now the question is, how do we want to drive? Well, this is the place we need to do this, right? If we're going to break through, it should be happening against this one kind of weak link. I think it is the weakest link besides maybe also this unit, but slightly weaker still, the 215th Rifle Division of the Soviets. And we have some infantry, and we also have 1 motorized, nicely in place to push them back. So I think that this is where it begins. And we're kind of committed. We have 4th Army in place everywhere except for the 18th Panzer Division, which may have to hold for another turn. Or we'll do some reshuffling of forces, I don't know. Let's get to work. Oh, that went well. Okay, good. So we only lost 1 unit, and they took 3,200 losses. More importantly, as we already know, we'll do the follow-up attack. Now, the follow-up attack is going to be with only the infantry, because I want that motorized for some other for some other deeds. I actually took 1 more loss on that one. I wasn't expecting, but still, I think it's worth it. 7-to-1 is the ratio. Not as good as the other ones we've been doing, but good enough. Yeah, okay, I'll take the 60 out there. And then the motorized, wow, can get across. Now, we can get across, we don't know what's in Orel. I think it's better for us probably to cross and take that, just because I want to get across that river as quickly as possible, so let's do it. Very good. In fact, even though we didn't ever enter this hex, we actually got it just by having more zone of control, you know, whatever. Yeah, points, I guess. So, okay. Then who else is moving out? Not you. You're an HQ. We have Cav that can move out. But we do want to secure the line, so that's pretty safe to do as well. And then this armor maybe can sit in the choke point. And these guys are still holding something valuable, so we want them to stay there. And these guys are all fine. Alright, well, that's something. That gives us something to work with at least. The next target that I was considering doing is a 243rd here. I don't think we need to do it. And 4th Army, basically we're putting this person back into command range just for a turn. We're actually losing quite a few people to command range. 1, but you can't do anything. 2, 3. Yeah, so we'll have 3 out of command range next turn. You're in, good. Okay, but that's fine. All they need to do is start shifting south. So, you know, if they have enough points to shift south back into command range, then we're golden. But if not, at least we've got ourselves some really good position to do this cutoff. And I think that that's everything I want to do. It was quite a busy turn for Army Group Center, but I think we accomplished our objectives here. Oh, there is one other thing I could do. I don't mind losing the entrenchment of this unit just to do a walk back and forth, just to make sure that getting into the marsh isn't difficult for them, so they can't try to get into the marsh and go somewhere further, or at least discourage them from doing that. These are very weak units. As soon as we begin the counterattacks, we're going to be successful. We're kind of hamstrung by the fact that 4th Army has to stay so so close to the other action over by Bryansk. I'm going to try something new with Army Group South. Something I don't know if I've ever done, at least I don't remember ever doing it. We're going to use this reassigned Panzer Group. First Panzer Group, they've already been a little bit like cowboys last turn, just yeehawing right on into Kursk. I feel like we can employ maybe a similar tactic to maybe even get Orel this turn. So the way I had mapped it is you here, you here, you here, you here. So we have 4 pretty high, relatively high action point units that give us 3 sides of surround. Unfortunately, one of these garrisons is like super entrenched. But do we need any more? Are we at our limit? No, we're not at our limit. I guess I can invoke yet another person and just get the job done a little bit faster. Ouch, oh, poor Hungarians. Oh, those poor fools. Oh gosh. I mean, I feel like they just let the Hungarians... Yeah, we're gonna attack at 8 o'clock. And then they actually attack at 9. The Hungarians get an hour being slaughtered. I'm not sure what happened, but, you know, it didn't actually go all that well for us. But we took the city, and I think that that's gonna have some merit. I don't know if maybe that was even as good of an idea as I was thinking it would be. Hungarians are going to fall back a little bit so that they can hopefully recuperate from that. And basically, let's just move the SS in. They'd love to say a few nice things to the residents, I'm sure. Okay, anyway, so that is it. We've actually completed the encirclement. Now, all these guys are cut off. There is no city to reinforce them. They are now going to slowly lose supply. I don't even think if we don't do anything, they can get back and relink themselves before they run out of supply just moving. Like, the number of turns But what this is going to mean is that all these units who have been putting up such a, like, annoying, let's just say, fight, are now probably not going to do that anymore. They're probably going to try to push back and try to relink, and I imagine that they will fail to do so. Okay, so we want to move this unit back because I forgot we need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to put the 1st Panzer Group headquarters here. And the only goal at this point is to make sure that 6th Army can cover enough of the front. Again, they are not allowed to go beyond the river, so they are kind of stuck. But yeah, we don't really need to worry too much about pushing these guys back. We can do the attacks. Like, I think this attack is still like a no-brainer. Good 50% surround. We have good bonus against them. This guy's at almost no entrenchment. I mean, can we, by the way... Yeah, there's nobody... Yeah, so we have to do it exactly as this. I think we'll do it. Surprisingly took more losses than I was expecting. But they're only Romanians. Hungarian, Romanian, all these guys, these poor guys, just getting really chewed up out there. Anyway, we'll move this unit into this hex instead. I don't think that we're going to see any kind of counterattack or push into this area. Again, now that they're cut off, they'll probably be all making a very deliberate push back to the east, which is good. Because we'll still kill them, but they'll run out of supply eventually, and they won't be maintaining this aggressive front. Which, now that we have them cut off, I no longer really like. I'd rather them fall back over here. It's easier to kill them over there. So that's my thoughts on that. Otherwise, I don't really think we have much more to do because, again, we don't really need to consider defending this area. What we could do is, I mean, it's just like little attacks. This unit is very low on readiness. It's across a river, but I think it's still fine for us to do this pretty aggressive attack. Because low readiness, low entrenchment, and we have pretty high readiness. 47 is not very high. I'm still going to do it. You know what? I'm still going to do it. Do I have regrets? No. Okay, that went okay-ish. And it's one of those things, you know, the more damage we can do, the more readiness we can disrupt now is still, like, good for us moving forward. We don't want to actually move in there, though. I can't move in there either. So really it's all up to 6th Army's other forces to start moving forward so that we can start replacing 1st Panzer Group where that's appropriate to do. That's where we want to move. Okay, so now let's start getting everyone else up to the line. In fact, can you move? Ah, so you can move all the way over here. Which means that whoever can't move very far, which is you, move there and just hold that line. Not that we really need to, I don't think that they'll come back this way, but we'll see. You will move there. Make sure that we hold this aggressively. And probably your move is actually to come over here, and I don't think we actually have to cover that. By the way, if you just don't get a theater crossing penalty, right? But can I reattach them? I've never used this card that I can remember. Oh, good, yeah, we can release them. Semi-randomized assignment, once played, it will have to adhere to theater boundaries. Good, so we'll probably release them back after this encirclement is done. But it seems fine that where they are right now. Yes, perfect. Wow, so we have one unit already in there. We can get another one. Don't need another one, though. Put one right here, and then you guys can start making your way over here, where eventually we will need to replace some units. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more 1st Panzer Group can do. Maybe we'll just end up... We can end the turn here. We just can't end the turn... Well, we can't end the turn in some of the places where we are currently trying to. So what would we want to do? I want to move across and attack just to get the full surround. Unfortunately, we are facing river problems by doing that. But I think it's going to be worth it for the full surround. Might as well do it, right? Yeah, you can attack from here. You can attack from here. I don't know if we need to do that. I think we'll do it like this. Yeah, I don't want to have these guys necessarily in the attack, but here we go anyway, right? Okay, so all sides surround. Just want to kill them off as quickly as possible in order to limit the casualties they inflict on my tanks. That's what I'm thinking. No! Alright, well, I mean, whatever, I don't know. Declare success, don't declare success. I'm not really sure what the appropriate thing to do is here. So we can do that, just move him back into command range. These guys need to move in as well, and everyone else can stay where they are. And I don't know if that makes sense to stay where you are. You might as well move forward, right? You might... Yeah, you can move this way. Not sure why, but can. You guys are okay. Again, probably better to move forward. You can do something like this. It's pretty aggressive. No real purpose to doing this. In fact, I guess it's more appropriate to move you here. So we'll do that. We're just going to come down. I mean, somebody mentioned that there's not really a strategic purpose for 1st Panzer Group being up here. Not true, because we can do this, but after we release them from that, then yeah, what is the objective? It's really only Rostov. We already have Kharkov. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion in my mind, at least. 6th Army won't have any problem taking it, if nothing else. But probably 1st Panzer Group can even just capture it. What are the tanks needed for at this point? Not a whole lot. Once we have any kind of breakthrough with 17th Army, they can kind of help mop up or, you know, do little mini pockets there. The South, though, has been so defeated with those little mini pockets already that this is what happens. That it's like the world is our oyster here. We can do whatever we want. Even if things, even really bad ideas are kind of bound to go well. Alright, so 17th Army, I do have an idea of punching through here. I may want to wait one turn on that, and you know, it might not be there in an extra turn, which is sad to think about, but the problem is that I do have these units up here. I do want to take Kharkov, and I think the most natural unit to take it is probably, at this point, 17th Army. The only unfortunate thing about that is if we want to make that move, how do I say this? Yeah, I think that we, yeah, shoot, it's tough. Because I could let 6th Army or I could let 1st Panzer Group take it. 1st Panzer Group. The garrison is pretty strong. Do we want... They have the artillery, so we can just start bombarding them. Alright, let's move in like so. And like so. This gives us a reasonable start to a surround. Now, I can move you forward right here, and that keeps these guys all in range, which is good. So now I can do the rest of what I wanted to plan, which is going to be you moving here, you flopping over to here, so that you keep your entrenchment. And now we have 2 units here who could do an attack, but we have other units like in this area, right? So we can probably get more units into this area. Let's do you. Move you there. And we could even get another one. Let's see what we want to actually do. But let's try to do this attack with 3 units, just to lower the attack stack. This is our typical like front break scheme. Well, it took worse losses than I expected, but let's just roll with it for the moment and see what we can get out of it, because the follow-up attack should be good. We could even do... Oh, okay, so where is in range? This is still in range. Yeah. So I saw that we could actually do a multi-stratted surround thing. It's kind of interesting. Either that or we're going to keep pushing further away and we can't do that, really. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the absolute limit. We can go this way, but we can't even follow up and do... So yeah, we do need this to be like this. And then do this attack. Try to get in more damage. Break them. Oh, almost. Okay, look, I'm not going to worry about following up after 2 units. I think this is just fine. Like, it's unfortunate that we didn't full-on kill them, but that's almost a full-on kill. Now, we also have, obviously, ourselves well-positioned to start rolling up. So, to do that, we're going to want to have units in place. We only have 1 there. I'll probably do this, move you, and then move you down to make sure that we don't get clipped. Is that a real concern? We have 2 here. Yeah, I think it is. So, move you down here. I don't think this unit will be clipped. It could be, though. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I should make his retreat percent 100%, so he just doesn't give up. We'll make it 75, because I'll probably forget about this. This is a great thing you can do, is change the retreat percentage, which means they'll hold on a little longer, but, you know, the downside is, if you're like me, you'll just forget. Anyway. There's nobody else who's double stacked here. Oh, wait. Yeah, this line it's hilarious. This 17th Army is stretched pretty thin. Alright, well, yeah. Next turn, we'll be able to micromanage these things a little bit better. In theory, they could attack this unit. They could break it. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to cut us off though. These guys might not have supply next turn, but they have enough supply to last. Okay, so I think we're fine. Last but not least, we have this 4th Romanian situation. So everyone here is completely out of supply except for exactly this unit, the garrison. We're already in position. We're going to go ahead and do the attack, so attack with everyone. But not really. We're not going to attack with anybody who's from 11th Army, and we'll know when we're done with that when the concentric bonus jumps up. Boop, 150%. So that's it. We're attacking with 335 versus 184. Only really it's one unit, so we might take some losses here. I'm surprised that went that well. So add on top of the 80,000, another 30,000, another whatever. This turn is going to be probably the single highest, even compared to the very first turn or second or whatever it was when we had 300,000 plus. We're probably at those numbers now, which is exciting. Okay, 4th Romania's next goal is to actually move up and defend this area along the river that we don't really want 11th Army defending. So let's move you across, basically just start shifting everyone to the northeast. We don't need anybody in here, so just you go there, you go here. I don't know if that's the hex we're going to want to defend, probably not. So we'll start. We want 17th Army across the river too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many do you have? Yeah, I think you have 6, so we probably will end up defending that hex too. We'll see. I'll do the math, off camera. Don't need to do it right here, right now. Next up, we want to cycle these forces. It's the same thing we've been doing. So you can't make it all the way back. That's fine. Just move here. You can make it back. The ones with 100 readiness are the ones, or the highest readiness, I should say, are the ones I want popping across. 95, that's good enough. Go ahead and shift. You're at 49, you're at 15. You're the one who just came back. So that's too low, right? That's fine. So you can't make it back this turn. 65, a little too low to worry about. 73, like I want to move this guy. It's a little bit less action points to move across the broken bridge than it is just to move across nothing. So we're going to try to shift forces, good candidates, forces to the southern, southwestern hex. Like you. And ones who are not good candidates, like a 58, we'll let that guy regain some more readiness first, like this 47. Those are probably units that just came back from across anyway. We'll let them camp out here for the time being. 97, we'll get that one ready to take, jump across as well. Oh, this is the Romanian unit, so let's get that one to the north as well. Up there. And I think that's it for the turn, probably. That's all we want to do is cycle units. Now we have 49. That's not great. That guy can probably just, well, we already have 2 units defending here, so we don't need any more. 49, we have a 15. That one just came back. The 90 and an 89. So we have a 90 and an 89 ready to get across next turn. Oh, no, we need somebody across this turn, though. So let's send the 90 across. That means that the 65 and the 89 are probably my next 2. Again, just cycling people in, and the reports are saying that we're at what? 10%. So it's 15% chance next turn. Not a great one. We could probably expect 2 more turns of this at least. We'll see how it goes. Okay, no time left, but I want to make a few adjustments in 1st Panzer Group. I might not make all of these on camera, so I'll just try to point out the things I did when I get back. But, I don't know, the one thing I want to do is maybe move this unit here, move this one here, so we push their territory back a little bit. Otherwise, no time, like I said, so just get to the decisions. I made the decisions all I could. Oh, we don't want to move the airfield. I was thinking about it, Vyazma, but it's just not enough hexes to move forward. So we won't do it yet. Then we need to rush through these ones. Let's do the truck losses first. This is an easy thing for us to do. We just say, yes, we want you to take as many political points as you want, since we have a ton of them right now. Save our logistics, which are in dire conditions. Not nearly, for me, relative. Definitely want them to, wow, we got insane bonuses from that too. Not that we need it, they're already very happy. We'll give a presentation. This is going to offend Hitler, but we have a strong relation with him. I don't even think we need it. We'll give the presentation ourselves. Hitler's pretty upset, so down to good, but plus 20. We're already at 110, now to 130, so I don't think we really needed that. Field visit. Who even needs it at this point? I guess maybe Von Bach was a little bit low. He's at 67, oh my gosh. Von Lieb is a little... Let's just give it to Von Bach. He's more important anyway. And we did not have a bad thing. So there we go. And then we can end our turn. I won't be able to do the actual turn processing until next one. But until then, thanks for watching and take care.